So guys, do you want cheap alternatives to popular fragrances that'll cost you hundreds of dollars? So we're going to cover a couple of those, but before we get into the video, check out the description below. Tons of coupon codes and sales going on right now. Total transparency, I do make a small commission if you use my FragranceBuy Jomashop link, but it does support the channel and it's much appreciated ahead of time. To preface, you do not need to buy anything to watch these videos, to enjoy these videos, but I give you that option to save money on very expensive fragrances. However, we're going to talk about some affordable cheapies that, in my opinion, are worth every penny. So stay tuned. So this first one, it's gonna have some warm, spicy, boozy cinnamon notes, and I think you can guess by the name what it's inspoed by. But I've tried dozens and dozens of these inspired fragrances from the OG DNA, and in my opinion, this is the closest, the best, and for the money, easily top tier. And that's from the House of Rosala, and that's Angels of Heaven. Yes, Angels of Heaven by Azha Perfumes. Now, what you're going to get from this is kind of a warm, spicy, boozy, cinnamon, nutmeg vibe that just reminds me of fall and winter. If you ever wanted to experience the OG DNA, this gets 95+% close in my opinion. Must have, must own for $20, $25 and gets the job done. And again, that praline date, sweet, warm, ambery vibe that's just magnetic, draws you in both for men and women. Highly recommend. And if you're looking for a cheap alternative to the OG, gotta check out Rosala's Angels of Heaven. Now, this is a real popular fragrance. Well, unpopular fragrance. I don't think anybody talks about this one. And I stumbled across this one by mistake. But this is also from the house, a Middle Eastern house that deserves more love. And it's from the house of Hamidi. And this one's called Insignia Argent. Yes, Insignia Argent. You can find this one, most discounters, $20, $25. But what I'll tell you with this fragrance, it's very fruity sweet right off the top. You get some pear, peach, passion fruit, a signature patchouli, sandalwood, vanilla dry down that smells identical to the OG. If that sounds interesting to you, it's a must-have, must-try in my opinion. And if you like sweet fragrances that are not too sweet, that you can wear every day, I would definitely check out this one from Hamidi. And again, that's Insignia Argent by Hamidi. So Haultain is one of the most hyped Parfums de Marly fragrances on the market. It's got this woody kind of Gaiac oud wood to it that makes it so magnetic to most people. Now, this fragrance kind of takes that DNA and makes it 95% close. And in my opinion, one of the best alternatives, bang for your buck, $20, $25. It's got to be Al Haramain's Detour Echo. Yes. Kind of under the radar because the OG Detour Noir gets all the love and hype. This is a beast mode fragrance for $20, $25. I clocked it 10+ hours on skin on a first couple wears, but nonetheless, fantastic stuff. If you like woody oud, kind of sweet fragrances, that same ballpark as like Initio's Oud for Greatness, this is a must-have, must-own for $20, $25. Smells much more richer than the price point. And again, a great alternative if you're trying to save some money. And that's Al Haramain Detour Echo. You know what? And as a bonus, we're going to throw in Detour Noir by Al Haramain as well. Sweet apple, vanilla dry down. Kind of has this mentholic opening that stays true to great atomizer. That original DNA, just a great everyday fragrance. Most people wear this in the fall, winter, even though I'll rock this in the spring, summer. Totally worth every penny. Gets a lot of hype for a reason, and it's a must-have, must-own for 20 bucks. Sleeping on this one, guys. Now this next one, also a sleeper fragrance. Now, I don't know why this one doesn't get the hype it deserves. A lot of people like the Stronger With You line, especially Stronger With You leather, which is harder and harder to find. But this fragrance replaces it for me. And for $20, $25, you really can't beat it. And that's from the house of Rayhan, and that's Cororeium. Yes, Cororeium by Rayhan. It's going to have the spices, the leather, the vanilla, just a great, soft, subtle, warm, cozy, inviting leather fragrance. Now, this is perfectly unisex in my opinion, but it's going to have that chestnut vibe that the Stronger With You DNA basically has in every fragrance. And it's signature to their lineup. But this does it right. For $20, $25, you can't go wrong if you want a chestnutty, warm, inviting, tonka bean, vanilla leather fragrance. Under the radar, super, super affordable. And again, that's Rayhan's Cororeium. Now, this is another great alternative, and it's from the house of Okja, and they're kind of known for being that type of brand. But as soon as I smelled this, I was pretty shocked. And the OG DNA, I absolutely adore. It was one of my first niche fragrances ever, and it's truly a masterpiece in my opinion. Came out in the mid-late 80s, still holds up true today. It's a classic modern masterpiece in a sense. But this one is from the house of Okja, and this is Recharged. Yes, Recharged by Okja. Just a great kind of pepperminty, aromatic, lemon, slight iris vibes with this stuff. Just an amazing fragrance for about $30 for 50 mLs. Awesome juice, highly recommend. And perfectly unisex in my eyes, but you gotta like that lemon pepperminty, kind of oak mossy, woody style fragrance. Awesome stuff, great for the high heat. It lasts 8+ hours on my skin, and a fantastic alternative for an affordable price point. And again, that's Okja's Recharged. Now, a lot of other alternatives to the BR540 DNA gets hype, and it's well deserved, trust me, but this one's kind of under the radar, and this has that extra almond oomph that the X-Straight of the OG DNA has. And this is a fantastic alternative again, but that $25, $30 price range, we're talking about affordable one-to-one fragrances, in my opinion, that are superior to most. And yes, this next one from the house of Cadlage, Le Prestige Bold, yes. Le Prestige Bold, sweet saffron, almond, just an amazing scent profile. Get about 6 to 7 hours on skin, that's all, but you can always reapply. Bring a decant with you. I always recommend that. I bring my bottles with me or my decants with me, but sweet saffron, almond creaminess. I believe there's a touch of vanilla in here. Just a fantastic take on the X-Straight BR540. That is one-to-one in my eyes and a must-have, must-own. And again, that's Cadlage's Le Prestige Bold. Now, this next one doesn't get the hype it deserves. I got to smell this back in December. At the filming of this video, we're in April, but who enjoys Creed Silver Mountain Water? I know I do. It's got a unique kind of aromatic, mineralic, citrus style that a lot of fragrances can't compare. And this is from the house of Azha, and that's Mountaineer. Yes, Mountaineer. 8+ hours on my skin. I go heavy on the sprays. I do about 12 sprays with this fragrance, but just a fantastic, musky, citrusy, aromatic fragrance that's just, in my opinion, still perfectly unisex and superior to the OG DNA in every single way. $20. What? $20. Magnetic cap, decent wide mist atomizer, must try, must own in my opinion, and one-to-one to the original DNA, and that's got to be Azha's Mountaineer. Now, this fragrance is newer to my collection, and it's a new one from Paris Corner. Paris Corner has been putting out hits, and it kind of puts you in that same ballpark as Torino 21, and that's going to be from the house of Paris Corner, and that's got to be Vogue Zingy. Yes, Vogue Zingy. Perfect spring-summer fragrance. You could dress it up, dress it down. You can wear it in any occasion and any situation, any season. Just a citrus, lemon, bergamot, musky style fragrance that gets the job done. The name is fitting for this fragrance, Vogue Zingy. It's definitely gives you like this basil, kind of ginger-esque zing to it. Awesome stuff. I get about 6 hours performance with this fragrance. Not a beast, but for 30 bucks, sub $30, must have, must own. And I'll have a coupon code down below at Aroma Concepts. And again, that's Vogue Zingy by Paris Corner. Now, these next two are going to be kind of inspos of discontinued fragrances. And this one's fantastic. I've been trying to look for this fragrance more and more to be able to purchase because I want a backup bottle, but it's becoming harder and harder to find. I don't know if they discontinued it, but it's from the House of Rosala, and it's a hit. Now, Hawas gets all the love from Rosala, but there are some other hidden bangers from Rosala. And if you guys want to see those fragrances, leave a comment down below. We'll talk about them. We'll do a separate video, but great summer, spring fragrance. You could dress it up, dress it down, and that's got to be Essential by Rosala. Yes, Essential. Now, this is going to take that L'Homme Ultime DNA that's been discontinued by, that's good, by YSL. So YSL L'Homme Ultime, been discontinued for quite a few years. It's going to have some orange, some bergamot, a ginger vibe, some fresh white florals, and it dries down to this nice, smooth, aromatic vanilla fragrance. You don't get a ton of vanilla in here, so don't be worried about this. Worried about that. This is more of a citrus fragrance, and fantastic for the gym, fantastic for the high heat, fantastic for going out just for $20, $25. Must have, must own if you never got to experience that DNA. And again, that's Rosala's Essential. Now this next one, I bought this a few years back, and one of my favorite fragrance lines, Gucci, tend to discontinue their hyped fragrances, and it's sad, really is sad. But this is damn near one-to-one to Gucci Pour Homme 1, the original. Yes, Gucci Pour Homme 1, and this is about 25, 30 bucks on most discounters. And that's from the house of Bentley, and that's For Men Absolute. Yes, Bentley For Men Absolute. It's just a fantastic, peppery ginger papayas, that featured note in Gucci Pour Homme 1. Just does the job right. Now, this is not a blind buy safe fragrance in any means, and most of these are not. I don't recommend blind buying them. Do your research. See if they're compatible with your nose. Try on skin. Always try on skin versus a tester strip. But masculine, woody, low price point, great scent profile. And if you ever wanted to get your nose on the discontinued Gucci Pour Homme 1, this is the closest in my opinion. And again, that's Bentley For Men Absolute. Now, Arabian's Tonka by Montal, one of my favorite fragrances from the house. It's a challenging fragrance, especially if you're new in the game. It's got that rose, oud, saffron combination that a lot of fragrances use today, kind of that Middle Eastern style that a lot of people wear in the high heat and the cold weather. But this one takes that original DNA, lessens up the oud, adds more vanilla nuances, and gives you about 6 to 8 hours performance on skin. And that's from the house of Collage, and that's Karis Secret Musk. Yes, Secret Musk, a great one-to-one alternative. If that fragrance is a little challenging to you, this is a must-have, must-own for $20, $25. It gives you that rose, oud, saffron feel with added vanilla, toned down on the woods. Amazing stuff, and one of the best alternatives for the price point, in my opinion, and that's got to be Karis Secret Musk by Collage. And guys, do you have any alternatives? Leave a comment down below. Tell me about them. I might give them a shot. But as always, if you love fragrance, cologne, perfume-related content, slap that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. Helps that YouTube algorithm. It's much appreciated. You can check me out on Instagram and TikTok if you'd like. EnterTheFragrance, all one word. And like I said earlier in the video, tons of codes and discounts in the description below. If you wanted to try any of these fragrances, I've got tons of them for you. Now, I use them myself. You don't have to use them if you don't want to. It's an option for you guys. But as always, stay clean, stay fresh, and remember, the world is yours. We'll talk soon.